Hello, friends. This is Professor Googla. On my channel, you mostly watch videos about the beautiful world around us. But today, it's a little different. What is it about? Keep watching to find out. If you head northwest from Dallas, you'll find yourself in the small town of Crowley, Texas. News travels fast in such small towns. In late July 2022, all 800 residents heard about a massive plume of smoke rising in the sky. A thunderstorm had just passed through the town, and as we know, lightning tends to strike the highest objects within sight. So, when the storm passed over the wind farm, it was no surprise that lightning struck one of the turbines. What happened next had the entire town buzzing. The lightning strike hit the gearbox, causing the entire turbine to catch fire. The flames spread as the rotors continued to spin. Local residents could only watch as the turbine slowly disintegrated into pieces. The voluntary fire brigade from Crowley arrived within minutes, but the fire was too intense. The fire chief admitted that his team was fighting a losing battle. Inside the gearbox, there were 3,600 liters of gasoline, with an additional 6,000 liters in the transformer. That's why the smoke appeared thick and black. The firefighters were ill-equipped to deal with such a blaze. All they could do was wait and prevent the fire from spreading. Fortunately, the flames only affected one turbine out of the entire 12,500-hectare renewable energy complex. India. India is currently the most populous country on Earth, and as the population grows, the energy demand sharply increases. India has taken it upon itself to become a global leader in clean energy. Currently, the country ranks fourth in terms of developed wind power, trailing behind Germany, the United States, and China. However, the more turbines you install, the higher the chances of accidents occurring. Just ask the locals living near a large wind farm. On March 3, 2015, they witnessed a neighboring turbine blade shearing off, followed by the turbine itself toppling over. The blades hold the entire system in balance. If one of them breaks, the whole system collapses. As they continue to spin, the remaining blades exert tremendous pressure on the system. Eventually, the frame weakens and crumbles like a pile of twigs. Fortunately, a single broken turbine doesn't impact the operation of the entire system. Campania. Campania is home to 5.8 million people. It is the third most populous region in Italy and one of the most industrially developed on the Italian peninsula. Wind power is in high demand here. On February 7, 2017, Italian drivers hit the brakes when they saw a wind turbine spinning out of control. The wind was blowing exceptionally fast that day, apparently too fast for that particular turbine to keep up. Clearly, nobody wanted to take the risk of driving under it. All those drivers had the same thought: as soon as I pass under that thing, it's going to explode. They might have been right. Look at how fast the blades are spinning in 3 different directions. Fortunately, they didn't hit anything important. One might think that faster wind equals more energy. That's true up to a certain point. That point is called the rated speed. It prevents the turbines from spinning too fast during storm winds, hurricanes, and tornadoes. If the wind pushes the turbine beyond its maximum capacity, it automatically shuts down to prevent damage. So either someone forgot to set the rated speed, or the turbine was simply malfunctioning. Bocholt. Bocholt is a city in northern Germany. Germany is home to numerous wind turbines, ranking as the third most developed country in the world in terms of wind energy. As technology advances, older installations are dismantled to make way for new ones. On May 3, 2013, a team of workers arrived to dismantle a turbine just outside the city. But instead of taking it apart piece by piece, they decided to use steel cables and gravity. It seemed easier to tip the turbine over and then disassemble it. Take a close look, and you'll see the steel wires extending from the top of the tower. Presumably, they were attached to a truck or a powerful winch. According to reports, modern turbines have a lifespan of 20 years, after which they can be upgraded or dismantled to make room for new ones. Fortunately, around 85% of turbine components can be recycled or reused, including all the copper wires, the massive steel framework, and most of the electrical components. Aarhus, Denmark. Aarhus is the second largest city in the country and one of Denmark's oldest cities, dating back to the Viking era. Today, it is home to approximately 280,000 people. In 2013, wind turbines began to be installed in the city. Thanks to this, Aarhus obtains 25% of its energy from wind power. However, achieving this milestone was no easy task. On February 22, 2008, a severe storm swept through the rural landscape. One of the turbines outside the city couldn't withstand the wind, leading to the creation of this video. According to reports, the turbine exploded when one of the blades tilted and struck the tower. Fiberglass was sent flying 480 meters away from the installation. 2 days later, another turbine in a neighboring town also collapsed. At that time, it was only 10 years old. Hermleigh, Texas. In Hermleigh, there may be more wind turbines than people, all thanks to the Piron Wind Farm, which provides clean energy to the entire Scurry County in Texas. Old turbines need to be dismantled to make room for new ones. In late August 2021, teams of workers demolished 21 turbines using controlled explosions. Here's what one of the demolitions looked like. Taking down a turbine is not as simple as it seems. The demolition team had to account for wind speed, not to mention the 100-meter tower. One miscalculation, and it could fall in the wrong direction. All 21 towers came down within 48 hours. We believe they were transported to a waste recycling facility somewhere in Texas. Fort Huachuca. Fort Huachuca is a military base located in southeastern Arizona. It was established in 1877 and continues to be in use to this day. At any given time, it is home to over 24,000 individuals, including active duty military personnel, their families, and civilian personnel. In 2011, a $2.8 million wind turbine was installed outside the fort, providing power to over 300 homes. However, after 7 years of service, the decision was made to dismantle the tower. Since the demolition team did not have permission to use explosives on the base, they had to bring down the tower like a tree. This meant making precise cuts through 2.5 centimeters thick steel. And then all it took was a little push. The idea is to cut the tower to a critical point. It can still stand on its own at this stage, but with the applied force, it can collapse. When the critical point is reached, the team tightens the cables, and all it takes is one tiny cut for the tower to fall. Ideally, the turbine falls exactly where the workers want it to. On one side were power cables, and on the other were underground utilities. Additionally, southern Arizona's hot and dry climate means even a small spark could ignite the entire field. That's another reason why explosives were prohibited. Ormond Wind Farm. This facility covers an area of 9 square kilometers in the Irish Sea, approximately 10 kilometers off the coast of Great Britain. Construction began in 2010, and it was completed 2 years later, with the wind farm fully operational in 2012. It worked smoothly for nearly a decade until an unfortunate incident occurred on October 23, 2021. Swedish energy company Vattenfall arrived to conduct a routine inspection. Their workers used a powerful crane to closely examine the massive blades, and then tragedy struck. Imagine making that call to your boss with such bad news. It appears that one of the blades snapped off the hub and fell into the water. It only took a matter of seconds for it to sink. People along the shores of Barrow, a port town in Cumbria, began finding debris from the turbine washing ashore. According to reports, a lifting mechanism failed, causing the turbine to collapse into the water. Fortunately, no one was injured. Friends, don't hesitate to write comments under the video about what else you would like to learn. I will definitely fulfill your wish. Bye for now.